Isn't that on? Oh, here we go. All right. Thank God for all this gadgets we got going on. I'm just talking and there's no microphone. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, backstage. You guys got me in tune. I love it. So, good afternoon once again. How you guys doing? Jumping on here today. Hi, Inez. Hi, DJ No Side. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Andy. How are you? Hi, my lovely auntie. Good to see you. Thank you guys for jumping on. Hit like and share on this video. Everybody over here on IG, thank you guys. Elaine Proby here, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Say Karen, thank you. How you doing this afternoon? Hit like and share on the video, guys. Get everybody up in here. Because what it is, we're talking about business again. Every one of you guys are either starting a business, operating a business, have some plan of running a business. And we talk about how you do this, how you get money to get your business started, how you stay in business. And we also want to discuss with you guys some of the risk. So once you put all this hard work into getting your business going, operating it, and trying to be successful at it, we want to make sure that you guys are not going to be making some obvious mistakes that really can shut you down as soon as you get started or shortly thereafter. So we want to make sure you avoid this stuff. So today we're going to talk about financial risk that every small business needs to be aware of. We're going to discuss 3 simple things right here, guys. Make notes of this stuff because, again, you put all your hard work into getting this business going and you don't want to just be shut down because of just not paying attention to some of these things that can just really have your doors closed in no time, right? So we're going to talk about 3 things today. Again, I want to welcome everybody on here. Let's jump right into this, guys. The first thing I want to talk about today, and it's because I want to make sure since you get your business going and everything is working out for you, want to stay open so you can make this money and, so you can become more wealthy of what it is that you're doing. So first thing we want to talk about it, guys, is operating in a legal business structure. Number 1, operating in a legal business structure. So first of all, you get your business going. You have this wonderful business idea. You wrote up your business plan. You decided what exactly you're going to be doing, how you're going to do it, right? So you want to also make sure that you're operating a legal business structure. You want to make sure that, and it doesn't have to be that you form a corporation. Again, I keep saying this because as sole proprietor, as an individual, you're operating a business and you can be very successful like anybody else. But the legal business structure, for the most part, you want to make sure that you stay in compliance, right? To stay in compliance when you start your business, you want to make sure you get all your licensing, guys. First and foremost, get all the licenses that you need to operate legally. You have to stay legal. Get your licenses that you need. Get all the certification that you need to have to operate depending on the type of business that you have. Some business needs some specialized certification, specialized licensing, not only just the business license for the city that you're in, but you might have to get licensing from your state. Make sure that you have all of your legal documentation, your licensing, all your permits, all the permits. You got to have permits. You guys know what it is to not be operating on a legal permit. There's a lot that can happen. So if you don't have your licensing, your permits and certification and everything based on the type of business you're operating, so focus on that first and foremost before you even open the door, okay? Because what happens is, if you get caught operating without the proper licensing or the proper permits, guys, you can bring yourself a whole lot of penalties, cost you a lot of money. And a lot of, basically what they could do is really shut you down from operating, right? This happens a lot. They shut you down from operating. So you can show up one day and the business is open and next day you show up and you want to know what happened, right? Sometimes this is what happens. They didn't have the right licenses, the right permits, and the right things to operate, and so they closed the doors. They will shut you down, okay? So that's one of the biggest mistakes you do not want to have. Do not make that. Operate within your legal business structure. Get the business license, get the permits, get all of your certification and everything you need to operate legally. Check with your city, check with your state, find out what you need to have to operate because every city and state requires different things. So check with that and make sure, okay? Make sure all the permits are right. And that you keep those things in compliance, that you report your revenue as you should and pay whatever taxes or fees they ask you to pay because that stuff will expire. You pay no attention to it, and before you know it, you're operating illegally and don't even know it, okay? So you don't want anyone to show up and shut you down after all this hard work that we put in here, right? Another thing about operating in a legal business structure, guys, for instance, let's say you form a corporation and or you have an LLC and you have partners. There's requirements that you must be following. So if you have a corporation, for instance, you want to make sure that you follow those requirements, make sure that you file everything on time as well. Make sure that your corporation is active wherever state you're in. Make sure your corporation is active, and it can become inactive, and you would not know it if you haven't checked or someone checked on it, right? And you're operating again with an inactive corporation. Here in the state of California, if you operate with an inactive corporation, right, you have been suspended, you could be fined drastically for that, right? Up to $10,000. It's a lot of money that you could be fined. Your any type of contract that you have entered into could be null and void. There's just so much that can happen. And you don't want to have this go on after all this work that you put in to get this business started. Okay, so these are some key points. And just make sure that this is on top of your list, all right? So if you are a corporation or LLC, again, too, if you don't have all the documents current and up to date, you can also be sued without any legal protection. Because now if you're operating within an illegal status, you no longer have the liability coverage, the liability protection that your company had when you incorporated. So again, if you get sued, of course, there's no protection there. So important, guys, make sure that you're operating within a legal business structure. If you are operating your business, make sure everything is right. Okay, so that's the first point today, operating in a legal business structure. And number 2 point, let's move right on into number 2. And I love this one, guys, real serious, okay? Don't get any unnecessary loans. Unnecessary loans, okay? That's the second point, financial business, okay. Financial risk your business need to know about. Okay, here we go. Number 2 point. It's on the board. I want to make sure I stay up with her. She stay up with me. All right, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. So you guys, number 2 is getting unnecessary loans, right? So when you start a business, guys, a lot of us know you get all these requests for loans. Everyone is saying, oh, I can give you some money, get this loan. We can give you this loans to buy your inventory, loans to buy machinery and equipment. Everyone sends you all this stuff. Sometimes you get some very expensive, high interest rate credit card. And because you just started this business, you feel the need to have these loans because you want to make sure that you have some backup cash in case you need some reserves, right? And that is all well and good. However, you have to be careful with the loans. You have to make sure that the interest rate is not outrageous. Sometimes there's a lot of fees that comes along with some of these loans. And so it would cost you more to have this loan than not to have this loan. I know that doesn't make sense, but it would cost you more to have that loan than not to get it at all. So you guys be careful. Don't get unnecessary loans. You want to make sure that you check everything out about the loan, all the fees associated with it, interest rate, make sure that it all makes sense. And of course, first and foremost, this is what you want to do. If you plan to get a loan for your business, okay, make sure that you go back to your business plan. Make sure that you look at everything that you had set up to do with that money. Because the one thing you do not want to do is take that money for that expensive loan, some of them are, and then you don't spend it on the right thing that will bring you the revenue, right? You have to make sure the money is spent in the right area that you can make that money back so you can pay off that loan, guys. Very, very important, very strategic. You have to be careful. You just don't get a bunch of loans because you feel it's easy to get. Someone is sending you these applications and you can get loans. Your credit is great, so you're going to get loans. And you don't want to have all this money sitting in the bank. All of it is loan, and it's not spent on the right thing that will make you make that money. So the loan has to allow you to run your business, to make more money so you can pay it off as quick as possible so you don't incur all these astronomical fees and interest rate. Pay it off, and then now you are operating from your own cash flow, from the money that you have made with selling your product or your services. Okay, so does that make sense to everybody? As Karen said over here, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Karen Jones, are you able to hear? Well, Billy, okay, so Karen wasn't able to hear me. Can you hear Karen? Hey, great, Andy, great point. Yes, good point, Andy. That's right. So take the money and make the money work for you, pay that money back, and then you're off and running, right? That's what we want to do with loans, right? You don't take it and then put it in the wrong area, and all of a sudden you owe money back and haven't made any money with that money, right? Okay, so you guys, if you agree with that, put some thumbs up in the chat so I can know that you guys are really agreeing with this information. I think it's very important. I know it works. Okay. All the businesses who have been successful, they use other people's money, but they use it wisely, strategically, and they make it work for them. Okay. So third point today, guys. Let's jump right into the third point. This one here takes a lot of business out. All right. Takes a lot of business out. So be careful. Make a note of this. It takes a lot of business out faster than you know it. And the third point today is that you want to take your account receivables. Do not take it very lightly. Account receivable, guys, these are people who owe you money for your product or your service. Okay, so you render a service, you sell them a product, and you said, okay, they want terms on this stuff. We can pay you in 30 days, 5 days, 10 days, whatever those terms are. So what that does, you do not get the money up front. So now you have what is called the accounts receivables on the books that you have to collect this money later from your customers or from your clients. Some businesses have taken this information so lightly that they allow the clients to continue to owe them for a much longer period of time. What this does, it interferes with your cash flow. So now you don't have enough money to pay your bills and your obligations, right? So that really put a damper on your cash flow. Guys, this will take your business out very, very fast. So do not take your accounts receivable lightly. If you have monies out that people owe you for your business or your services, for your product or your services, you want to make sure that you stay on top of it. Again, how do we do this? We have to keep proper accounting, right? Everything is about keeping proper accounting. You must know what's out there. You must know what people owe. You must stay on top of the terms that you give them. If someone said, I will pay you in 15 days, or I'll pay you in 20 days, 10 days, you guys have to stay on top of it. Make sure that money comes in, because you have to have that cash flow for you to operate. Because without it, what is going to happen? You can't pay your rent. You can't pay your bills. You can't pay your employees. You got to stay on top of your accounts receivables. Do not take it lightly. And a lot of businesses go out of business because the receivables is up here. The money is not in the bank. Cash flow is low, and they cannot meet their financial obligation. Okay. And again, you only want to give credit to the people you know that is worthy of credit. Same thing for you. Banks or other people will not loan you money if they don't feel that you can afford to pay them back, right? So you operate from that same place. You give credit to the people who is capable of paying you that money within the time frame that you allocated for that, okay? So very important, guys. 3 things. We're not going to make this any more complicated. Again, we want to make sure that you guys are able to stay in business and make more money and be successful at this, okay? And I don't care what kind of business this is, but all these points apply to whatever business you're operating, all right? So let me recap these business. A great point. All right, Andy. All right, so let me recap, guys. Today we're talking about the financial risk that every business need to be careful of, because it can, again, put all that hard work. And sometimes you initially invest a lot of money to get started, and you can literally lose a lot of that money you invested just because there's a few things that you would not have put in place and follow through on. So the 3 points that we're talking about today for you to pay attention to: operating within the legal business structure. More than anything else, make sure that you have all of your proper licenses, certification, all the proper permits. I mean, you know, they have shut down major construction building sites, all kinds of stuff because of not having proper permits. Very seriously, very important. You could pay penalties, major fines, monies that you don't have, of course. Shut the business down, and then you got to start over, right? You got to pay to get started again. We don't want that to happen. First one, so operating within the legal business structure. Again, number 2, you want to make sure that you don't get unnecessary loans, very expensive money. And then if you don't follow your business plan, if you don't strategically spend that money where it makes money for you, it's okay to get some money to help you make some money, pay the money back, and then operate from your own cash flow, from your own revenue. Okay, this is what you want to do. So if you borrow some money, guys, make sure it goes to the perfect use. The business can grow, make that money back, pay it off as quick as possible, eliminate all of the interest, the high interest rate that some of these loans come up with. So be careful of the loans that you take. That's the second point. And the third point is taking your accounts receivable lightly, which means that anybody that owes you money for your service, if someone said, I will pay you later, make sure that that person is worthy of paying you later, or even a business, business, all other businesses. So make sure that they're worthy of that credit, because that's the same thing with you. You don't get credit unless the bank feels that you are worthy of paying them that money back. You have to prove you can afford to pay it back. Those are the people that you make sure that you give credit to, the ones that are capable of paying you back, so that you can stay on top of that money coming in. You have to pay attention to the money that's going out in your business. And so you have to have enough cash flow coming in to afford to keep your business flowing, right? So you don't want to shut your business down just trying to render credit to other customers or, other clients. All right. So stay on top of your accounts receivables. Do not take it very lightly. Cash flow will shut your business down. Will come to an abrupt halt because you won't be able to pay your bills. And so you'll be in trouble financially. All right. So those are my 3 points today, guys. If you have any questions about this stuff, guys, put it in the chat. I will come back through here and make sure that I check those out. What we want you guys to be able to do is run your business, a personal, individual, any independent services that you are providing to the public, right, is operating a business, okay? And there's a few things that you must pay attention to for you to become successful, and everyone could be successful. There's billions and billions and billions of dollars out there. So everybody can get a fraction of that money and you can be successful with it. Okay. So there's never too much of anything out there. There's enough people and there's enough cash to go around so we can all get a piece of that. But we have to do things right. We got to stay in compliance. Got to file our taxes, keep all of our licenses and permits in order so that we can continue to operate successfully, right? All right, guys. So you gotta promise me that you're gonna make notes of this, and you promise me that you're gonna stick to the script. And if you have any further questions, good afternoon, Dorothy. Thank you for jumping on here. All right, thank you for the information. You're very welcome, guys. I really enjoy sharing this information with you because I want to see everybody successful, right? If you win, we win. We all win. That's how it is. Your success is our business. That's our motto here at PROBY'S. And of course, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting is here to help you guys out with any of the stuff you need, any of your tax and financial needs. Give us a call at 323-290-9034 or visit our website at probiztax.com, guys. We have a secure website. You guys can upload information if you need any type of tax filing. And if you guys would love any type of consultation, you can set an appointment for a consultation with us. We are happy to share that with you and help you guys out. We have a team of very, very qualified individuals that are working here at PROBY'S. Okay, we do appreciate your business. And you guys, Andy said, thank you so much, Auntie. You give total clarity to what should be priority. Awesome. That's what I want to do. I want to make it simple, guys. Nothing like having all this stuff is already a lot. And then if it's complicated, it just seems like, oh my God, I can't do this. But step by step, you can accomplish this and you can be successful, right? And that's what we want to see. So with that said, guys, you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday afternoon. I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. And let's see, what are we talking about on Thursday? I'm not sure what Thursday is, but we're going to be back here on Thursday bringing out some personal business information. And I know it's all about continue to build wealth. So that's the topic that we're going to be talking about. You guys come back here Thursday at 1 p.m. You guys have a wonderful Tuesday. And you guys take care of yourself and take care of each other. So wait, take care of each other and take care of yourself. Hey, Laverne, thank you. You're welcome. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.